This video is proudly sponsored by Clearwater Technology, Ireland's market-leading water treatment chemical supplier.
This is a Mercedes-Benz CLE. It's very important because it's a 220 diesel. Actually, a mild hybrid, but diesel nonetheless. And when I tweeted earlier in the week that I was driving a diesel with 1200 kilometer range, and I wouldn't need to worry about charge cards or charge points or anything like that, I meant it as a good thing, as a positive thing for my own mental health. What it turned into was EV fanatics coming at me going, yeah, but it's going to cost you 80 quid to fill it. Like any of us really care about that. Work harder, earn more money, put fuel in the car, let's go. Anyway, notwithstanding all of that, I like electric cars, but this is nothing short of awesome.
Listen folks, if you want one of the best selections of used cars in Ireland right now, you need to visit kylemorecars.ie. You can have finance arranged within 24 hours on any of the hundreds of used cars that are in stock. Don't forget, it's kylemorecars.ie.
So look, I start here on the outside, and the reason it's dirty is because there's a little under 500 kilometres left of my 1200 kilometre range. I went to St. Luke's, I was in James's, I was at car launch. I'm in busy this week, I've been a lot of mileage, but I haven't once thought about putting fuel in this car. Also, I'm drawing attention, I'm not keen on those wheels. I think they're a little bit, maybe busy for it, just kind of, there's too much going on. But, nonetheless, it's still a bloody good car and nice wheels. I keep harping on about the diesel part in this car, but realistically, it's actually the important stuff we're talking about here. There is a place for diesel, petrol, electric, hybrid, PHEV, hydrogen. I don't care what the fuel is. I just want to drive a car for the joy of it. I want to get some fun and enjoyment. I don't want to look at an Excel spreadsheet. I don't want to worry about where the next charge point is or where the next petrol station is. I just want to get on with the drive, with the enthusiastic moment of just having a bit of fun. And look, I actually think that's what's been missing from the whole sort of EV market or the argument besides EV. I think that's the bit we're not really thinking about. Is people like me who just want to drive. I just want to have fun. I just want to enjoy the open road and get moving without thinking about whether it's going to, I don't know, whether it's going to run out of electricity or whether it's a charge at night on a nighttime rate or a tariff or solar. I don't care. There's lots of me out there. There's lots of men and women out there who just want to go splash and drive off and not really think about what happens next. The problem with that is you end up with too many cars on the road and there's nowhere to drive them. Like the UK at the moment, very hard to find anywhere to go without running into traffic, right? But that's actually happening in Ireland too. There's a lot of traffic now, although you never know if the road will be heavy. But then, if you get to the right place, you can find the right amount of freedom and go where you want. But we need a few less cars on the road and a few more interesting cars instead of the kind of boring stuff that's coming out right now. Same here. Very little to get excited about. So some things that are rather exciting to me is how a market settles. We've had EVs now for a little over 10 years, since the Leaf came out. And my very first video on my YouTube channel was about the Nissan Leaf. It was the launch of it, or the first delivery of it in Ireland. And I went along to it. And it's weird now that we see there's only one way forward for the last 3 or 4 years. Car companies, governments, financial departments, transport ministers all say only way is EV. And yet, the market now seems to be rebelling against that. Seems to be kind of like, No, I don't think EVs is what I want. Enter Mercedes, who created an entire group called EQ within its realm, and then kind of went back and went, I think we need to keep making internal combustion engines till at least 2035. And the reason is their customers don't want to go fully electric straight away. Because, let's face it, who is the customer Mercedes? You're on a kind of upper echelon of customer base, so they have an entry level, and that's the A class and the kind of CLE, where they share an engine with Renault, 1.5, and then you're pushing into where the C class begins, and then E, and then something like this, which is a two-door, with, say, a Grand Tour, sort of a car you would drive for a very long way, and see where you end up. And that's kind of where this car lives. This is a long-range car. Now, I'm not driving it long range today because what I'm doing is driving around a town where a diesel is not at home. Actually, really no combustion engine is at home. But this is a mild hybrid, so there is actually a hybrid element to this. My range in the beginning of the week was a little over 1,200 kilometers. And I say that because I tell you the range of electric cars now, so I might as well tell you the range of the diesel engine. And I've got 512 left, and I've done 750 kilometers. So the range in this car is very close to about 1,500 kilometers between fuels. That's not to say that's cheaper than electric, but it certainly takes the worry out of a long-range drive. Now you may have heard a little beep there for a second. All modern cars, by EU rules, now have to have a speed thing in them that tells you when you've gone over the speed limit. So it starts to beep as soon as you go over the speed limit. Now, that beep can be turned off in all of the cars, but it's usually buried in a sub-menu somewhere inside settings or whatever. Mercedes, knowing full well what its customer wants, just put a little tiny button up there to mute it. Just there. And it mutes it. That's the end of it. Until you stop the car, start carrying it, then press that mute again. But at least you put it somewhere you can find it without rooting through 6 or 7 menus. Looking at you, BMW. There's forever to find it in there. Anyway, here we are in traffic. There's a Renault Zoe electric car. Mercedes have electric cars. Mercedes Ireland, MDL, have brought in BYD, and they've also brought in, what's the other brand? Smart. Those two brands are both electric. So Mercedes MDL have electric brand cars, and they have the EQ ranges, which some of my favorite electric cars in the market are actually the EQ range for Mercedes. But what I wanted to demonstrate to you in town here is how quiet it is inside the car. I can't hear any of the traffic. Mercedes do that so well. Here's a car passing by.
Repeat your input.
Passing by. Cancel. Look, I'm going up through, this is a shopping area. I'll go down to the main street of the town, just to prove that the glazing they put on these cars on the outside, this window glazing and sound deadening pads in a car, particularly in the diesel cars, is just extraordinary. I can't hear anything. Nothing. Can't hear Suzuki in front of me. Nothing. I hear nothing on the outside of the car. That adds to the luxury feeling in the car. But I'm not telling you to get a diesel. I'm not telling you that diesel is better than electric. I'm saying that there is a multi-fuel future ahead of us now. And the diesels don't have a place in city life. So buying a massive diesel, I'm talking about like a 2-liter diesel, was actually being missold to you. That's what genuinely happened. So when you bought your diesel car, and the dealership said, "I got it," and you're doing 10,000 kilometers a year, and all of that is in South County Dublin, as far as Wicklow, you were missold that car. You should have been buying a hybrid or an electric, or even just a straight up petrol. The idea that the idea that you have to drive a diesel to save money is insane. They are cheap. I didn't say they were. They definitely aren't. But the idea of buying an electric car to save money over long distance driving is also insane. It makes no sense. It genuinely doesn't. Why would you do that? Why would you spend... This is 85 grand for this car. 85 grand. Now, if you're doing massive mileage per year, you'll probably save money in this because you won't use any public charging networks. Sunday morning, I can't hear it. You're only on to the start. This is great. Oh, I heard that. I hit a great there. Just about make out them that same words here. So anyway, let's look at the car itself. This is attention to detail. I can get 4 people in this car, no problem. Yes, there is no back doors, so I get that. I don't need them. It's fine. I have 2 teenage kids now. Believe it or not, they're teenagers. They used to be babies when I was making these reviews. Now they're teenagers. I have 2 teenage kids. They can get in and out of this car, no problem. The door's open wide enough. Everything goes according to plan. Everything's lovely in the car. Seating position, love it. Low down. I'm sitting behind the pedals. I'm sitting behind the steering wheel. I don't feel elevated, but I can see them on it perfectly. Infotainment system. Mercedes, your graphics are outstanding. Oh, they are so pretty. The graphics when you're driving along, showing you your torque and boost and all that sort of stuff, absolutely outstanding. Apple CarPlay, wireless, and of course we have Android Auto, wireless. Everything works seamlessly. Bit of a lag when you get in first, waiting for it to hook up, but it sometimes is very fast, other times it isn't. I think it might be sorting through other people's phones maybe or something. So maybe I'm not on the top of the list, so it's looking for other journalists or other people who've driven the car in the past. That could be there as well. I have heated seats, electrically adjustable seats here. I don't seem to have a heated steering wheel. I thought I would have an 85,000 euro car. I don't have active cruise control. It does come up as an option here. Active distance assist, not enabled, but it can be purchased at a later date, which means the hardware is installed for that. You can purchase that as an upgrade. I don't like that, Mercedes. Honestly, I don't want to see the button if I didn't buy it. I don't like the idea of paying. It's very Tesla, very Elon Musk, very lowbrow approach to put in all the stuff and not enable it. I think I want to buy a second-hand car. I don't want to buy a second-hand car where half the stuff doesn't work. Doesn't make any sense. We need to think that we need to be European about this. Let's be serious.
Sorry.
I bet it's not.
Say that again, please.
I will say it again. I will. We need to be European about this. We need to make sure that we're doing something for ourselves, not for some, foreign market. Even your car agrees. Anyway, seat position's good. Glass roof. It's kind of unnecessary. I wouldn't especially necessarily wanted it. It's plenty bright in here, even when it's closed. Look, I'm closing over there. It's a mesh curtain that closes over. This is actually open. If that was a big option on the car, I wouldn't bother with it. I don't need it. If the diesel engine has enough power to be a bit of fun, while not being very powerful, so you're not going to break any land speed records or anything. But this is Ireland. What are you going to do? You only do 120 kilometers an hour, that's it. This sits comfortably on the motorway. I actually like not having active cruise control. You pay attention to the world more, you know, when you're driving along. You really do. It actually works very, very well, keeping you focused. As you maintain your distance, the car maintains its speed. It does a really good job. Anyway, if you don't want to spec active cruise control, it is an incredibly comfortable, really popular car, and I really enjoy this. I'm not thinking about fuel, put it that way. I'm not really worried about going out today to drive around, look for fuel. It's been great. And look, if this is your first time here, you should subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. I hope I've answered all your questions with your understandings in the comments. I'm still waiting for my surgery, as you can see. So you might hear me one way, then hear me some other totally different way. I had mouth cancer last year, I had surgery. Some of my mouth was removed, and now I'm sort of dealing with the aftermath. I'm in very good health. I'm okay. I just need to wait for more surgery. I'm cancer-free, I hope. Fingers crossed. But thank you very much for watching. I hope you hit the subscribe button. Look after yourself. And until the next time, I'll see you on the other side.